shadow the new Praetorian. Hello YouTube, it's the Laughing Ogre coming at ya. It's Saturday today, so it's my day off. I'm going to take it kind of easy, and we're going to take a look at one of the head Praetorian guards in this insanity they call social justice warrior and activism. And it's Shia LaPuff, or as I like to call him, Shia LaPuff. Let's take a look at this crazy fella, shall we?
Never divide us. He will not divide us. We must ensure the existence of the white people. He will not divide us. 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 He will not divide us.
I can't let that play anymore. The chanting's starting to drive me nuts. And if I remember correctly, that was day 5 or possibly even 6. Tribes have been doing this for millennia. The Norse tribes, tribes in Africa and sub-Saharan Africa. Heck, tribes above sub-Saharan, above the Saharan. You work yourself into a froth. Go watch the movie The Ghost in the Darkness. Unfortunately, they use Michael Douglas in the form of some white hunter to explain why these Indian warriors chanted and danced and jumped and whooped and got themselves convinced that they were brave men and that they had nothing to fear to face the lion, barehanded if necessary. Well, these people don't even need to do that. They're working themselves up into a frenzy for absolutely nothing. This is the same thing Native Americans did. I mean, I could go on and on. You know, the Native Americans would beat the drums, they would chant, and they would have visions, in many cases without the aid of any kind of psychotropic or psychoactive substance. The rhythmic beating of the drums and the chanting is enough. Christians do it. And I could go on and on and on. These people are members of an insane cult. Shia LaPuff, what happened, man? What happened, dude? You're rich. What's with the bag over the head and the weeping? What's with this stuff? When I see this, I feel bad for you. But you must know, sir, that you can't assault people. When you see him screaming in that man's ear, that's doing damage to his hearing. He's pushing him with his chest, with his face. You can't do this in a civilized society and get away with it, Mr. LaPuff. You know, just use your head, dude, and get out of this crazy movement, this cult.
Shit okay. How are we gonna make this shit okay to be a Nazi out here?
One thing for sure, Mr. LaPuff, is that you're not going to do anything about it by doing what you're doing. It's futile. You're causing more trouble. You're causing more problems than you ever dreamed of solving. Grow up, man. You're acting like an insane cult member.
That's bullshit, bro. It's not okay. He will not divide us. He will not divide us.
You can hear just the absolutely weary sound of the people around him. And, you know, you're right, Mr. LaPuff. He's not going to divide us. You are dividing us. Let's come together. It doesn't matter what color you are or what side of the political aisle you happen to sit on. Let's come together and be unified as one America. That's what Trump is calling out for. That's what everyone is calling out for right now. Let's just do it. Shia LaPuff, stop it. And you're crazy.
He will not divide us. 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 He will not divide us.
You can easily see that as this police officer comes forward, this insane cult member with this just sounds like a programmed robot. He will not divide us. He will not divide us. He will not divide us. She puts her hand up, you know, trying to cover up the fact that her apparent idol, I don't know, I can't assume that, but the person that started this insanity is about to get arrested. I can't stand the chanting, so I'm going to throw in the clip of the arrest, and, you know, I'll put my 2 cents in at the end.
Not divide us. You will 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 not divide us. divide us. You will not 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 divide us.
Well, if the he you've been referring to for 5-6 days there with the he will not divide us is officer friendly, I'm sorry to give you the bad news, but it appears that the crazy person has been taken away in handcuffs. I'm not all for arresting people if they're protesting. In fact, I'm not for it at all. But this is not a protest. This person, Shia LaPuff, is blatantly assaulting people. He's rabble-rousing. He has these people hypnotized. Listen, folks, anybody, whether it's like a friend of mine and it's the Jehovah's Witnesses or the Mormons or any church group or any group of people, the Heaven's Gate folks come to mind, the Hale Bopp Comet folks, put on your Nikes, drink the poison, jump on the comet. If anyone comes to you with dogma and says, do as I say, no matter what your mind tells you, don't look carefully into that thing. I'm a Christian. My heart belongs to Jesus. Don't hate me for that. I won't hate you for being an atheist or whatever it is that you are. We must come together, and he cannot divide us. No one can divide us. Only we can divide ourselves. That said, remember, folks, be good to your friends. Be good to your family. Be good to your loved ones. Be quick to say you're sorry. Be even quicker to accept an apology, especially when that thing your friend, family member, or loved one has done seems to be so huge. Because, folks, in a moment you think not, your friends, your family, your life, and your cause will depart from you. Ha ha ha!